Hi, I'm Larissa Bohansky from the Pulse USA Morristown. Today, I'm here with Lauren Christie and Marlo, and today we're going to be learning a little bit about the Seeing Eye. Can you share a little bit about the mission and the history of the Seeing Eye?
So the Seeing Eye was founded in 1929. We are the oldest existing guide dog school in North America, and our mission is to enhance the independence, dignity of blind people through the use of specially trained Seeing Eye dogs.
That's awesome. Now, what makes Seeing Eye dogs different than other service dogs?
So Seeing Eye dogs and guide dogs in general are trained to guide someone who is blind or low vision, and some of the tasks that they do are to stop or indicate street crossings, indicate changes in elevation, so like stairs or curbs. They guide around obstacles like a trash can or pole or pedestrians. And they also learn this skill, which is really unique to guide dogs, called intelligent disobedience. And this is when they disobey a command because it's unsafe for the team. So to provide an example, say a team is working on a subway platform in New York City. They get off the train, there's a hustle and bustle, and they get turned around, and the person thinks they're facing the exit or the stairs to leave the platform, but really they're facing the tracks. If they gave the dog the forward command, the dog would disobey that command to go forward and take them left or right, usually indicate back towards the stairs. So that's called intelligent disobedience.
Oh, wow, that's so great. What breeds are most commonly used as Seeing Eye dogs, and is there a reason?
So the Seeing Eye uses 3 breeds of dogs. We use German Shepherds like Marlo. We use Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and then we actually do a cross between the Labs and the Goldens. And we've just felt that these dogs are the healthiest, most trainable, most socially accepted dogs, based in eye dogs.
Interesting. Now, there seem to be a lot of rules that go into training a Seeing Eye dog to fill their role. Would you be able to touch on a few of those?
So we have volunteer puppy raisers, and those are the people who they keep the dogs in their house with them and socialize them, teach them basic obedience and house manners, and prepare them to go into training to be formal guide dogs. So instructors are professional dog trainers who train not only our dogs, but also our students who come to get a Seeing Eye dog from us. So we call them instructors because they're not just dog trainers, they're instructing dogs and humans as well. So they kind of play both parts there. And those are the people that will wear the logo and walk around town, dogs in Morristown. So we refer to students a lot. Students are people who are applying and coming to learn to work with a guide dog. While they're in class with us here in Morristown, they are called students because they're not yet a fully graduated team. Once they complete class and they graduate with their dogs, they go home, they're considered graduates of the Seeing Eye. So they're Seeing Eye dog handlers. So class is approximately 2.5 to 3.5 weeks, during which people from all over the United States and Canada come to Morristown, New Jersey to train with their new Seeing Eye dog. So they could have plenty of experience. They could have had 4, 5, 6 Seeing Eye dogs before, or this could be their first Seeing Eye dog. And depending on whether or not they've, worked dogs previously or if this is their first dog, it will depend on how long they stay. So an extra week for brand new people.
Can you tell us a little bit about the puppy raising program and what's required to become a puppy raiser?
So the Seeing Eye we do what we can do because of puppy raisers. So puppy raisers are volunteer families that live in New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania, northern Delaware, and a few counties in New York. And they are amazing people that raise our puppies from 8 weeks old until they're about 15 months old. So they have them in their home with them for approximately a year. And puppy raisers provide the essential foundation that allows our dogs to become Seeing Eye dogs. So they teach them basic obedience, house manners, how to just be polite members of society. And then they do the really important step of socializing them. So they get to wear these nice little puppy vests that indicate that they're a puppy in training. And with permission, they can enter public spaces and expose the dogs to the many sights and sounds that they'll experience as Seeing Eye dogs. That way, when they return for training, when they're about 1.5 years old, they can focus on learning the guide work and keeping their handler safe and not really worry about, what's going on around them in the environment. They won't be afraid of anything. They won't be too distracted, and they can focus on their job.
Yeah, that's so great. What would you say is the most rewarding part of working with Seeing Eye dogs and their handlers?
I think I think the most rewarding part for me personally is the opportunity to meet so many different people and see what they do together with their seeing eye dogs. I've met a lot of really awesome people, made some great friends within the Seeing Eye family. We're a pretty close-knit community. And it's nice to just be around people who are kind and empathetic and amazing thing.
Yeah, that's so. Can you share a memorable success story between a seeing eye dog and its handler?
Sure. I think just generally speaking, I as a seeing eye instructor, I get to witness that moment when the dog and the handler kind of become one as a unit. So when you're going through class, you put teams through certain routes and they practice skills, and then you do those same routes solo without coaching that person. And it's really, really awesome that I have the opportunity to witness when, the dog reads what the handler's trying to tell them, or the handler reads what the dog's trying to tell them, and it just starts to kind of become more seamless. And I get kind of goosebumps when I watch that happen. And there's so much communication that goes on between the dog and the handler that most passerbys don't even realize. The dog's constantly asking questions and the person's constantly giving answers. It wouldn't even know what's happening. So, the dog will look just casually over to the coffee shop that they're passing by, like, are we going in today? And the person will be like, yeah, let's go on in, or nope, let's hop up. We don't have time for that. And they'll keep walking. But it's the communication that goes between the person and the dog just through the harness handle is tremendous. And I really don't think that people who aren't guide dog handlers fully can understand that partnership between person and dog. It's really cool to be able to witness myself as an instructor.
Definitely. Yeah, that's amazing. Now, what is one message that you would like to share with the Morristown community about the Seeing Eye and its mission?
Well, Seeing Eye is really, an integral part of Morristown. We're glad to be here. We like, being part of the community of Morristown. And if you're looking to get more involved in the Seeing Eye, we are always looking for new volunteer puppy raisers. So if you're interested, you can go to our website, seeingeye.org/raise, learn more about the puppy raising process. You can fill out a quick form and a volunteer will contact you and answer any questions you have about becoming a Seeing Eye puppy raiser.
Well, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us. We learned so much about this great organization, the Seeing Eye. Stay tuned with the Pulse USA Morristown.